Hi everyone, welcome to Colouring with Kay and thank you for joining me today. So in this video I am going to share my favourite open stock pencils and supplementary sets. I wasn't quite sure what the title of this video should be and I don't even know if it's going to be useful to you guys, so I do apologise in advance if you think this is just like a waste of time, but I thought it wasn't. That's why I went ahead and filmed it. Basically what I'm trying to do is I have some favourite pencils in different sets for different reasons, and so for example, if I'm colouring a page and I think, all right, I need a really dark green, or I need a really dark brown, which set can I get that from? And then a brand name comes into my head. Or if I'm looking for, say, really nice range of pinks, then which set do I think about? So that's basically the idea behind this video. And also the other thing is there's a fair number of, well, not a fair number, but a few supplementary sets that aren't like a full colour range in themselves, but they are like a additional pencil set that you can use to supplement your main set. So they give you a wider like tonal range of colours, I guess. So I wanted to include those. It's not just colour. It might, yeah, I guess it is colour, and also because you can have like really those pencils that are quite dull, well, not dull, but you know what I mean, earthy tones and not as bright. And do you know what I mean? I hope you do, because I hope I'm making some sort of sense. So yeah, that's why I thought this video might be useful to some people. So anyway, that's, if you're interested, I would really love for you to stay and watch, and hopefully you might gain something from it. So Kitty is here to say hello, and yeah, let's just get started. So first of all, starting with so these are pencils, and these are pencils that you can buy open stock. So we know that quite a few pencils can be very expensive, the professional ones, and if you see certain shades that are going to supplement your main set, then it's going to be more affordable to purchase them. So that's another reason why I thought this video might be useful. So first of all, Lightfast pencils and my luminance pencils are my key go-to for dark shades, and I have mentioned this in previous videos. If I want a dark shade, they're not, you find some in some sets, but not really in the more economical sets. They generally don't go as dark. So if I want a really dark pencil, I will go for my luminance or my Lightfast. So here you can see this brown here, chocolate, which I've done my own little number labelling here. So just to show you, there it is. Look how dark that chocolate is. It's a very dark brown, so that's really nice to use if I want a really dark brown. And then there is also a fairly dark reddish brown as well, which is this autumn brown. So that's that one there. So this lovely autumn brown, number 80, is a more reddish brown. And then I have, for dark green, I mean, if you're looking for a green that's like, I suppose, more like those lichen greens, I come to this set as well, because they've got some really nice lichen sort of greens, you know, the greeny browns, so like the 68, 68, 66 and 65. So this seaweed, olive earth, forest and ivy. So from 65 to 68, we're talking from here, the ivy, the forest, the olive earth, the seaweed. They're not dark, but like they're good for greens as well, basically. Derwent Lightfast. So I might even mention some other ones. Right, the other one that I really look for is dark blues, and then the dark blue I quite like the dark indigo, although the dark indigo is not as dark as the one in the luminance set, which I shall show you in a moment, but it's still fairly good. So that's the dark indigo. I mean, there is ocean blue dark as well, and ocean blue, which are quite nice dark colours, and I often get open stocks of those. They are fairly similar, but yeah, the real dark blue that I like, I'll show you, which is in the luminance set. And then no, and that's about it for them. And then the other dark brown, so we come on to the luminance now, is the 046, which is the Castle Earth. So it's that colour there, but I'll show you on here. It is really a really dark brown, so let's show you that. That one there, so Castle Earth, and the sepia as well, actually, the 407 and the 046. So the sepia's next to it, which is this one, 407, that one there. And then the dark greens, for my dark greens, it's my luminance that I go to, and there's two greens. There's the 739, which is this one, which is this, how shall I describe it? It's more of a, I don't know, like more of a, you can see the shade there. You can see it. Basically, that's the dark sap green 739, and then the other dark green that I like is a dark phthalo cyanine green, which is 719. That's another one which you can use to supplement your sets, because of course these pencils are very expensive. But if you get some of these open stock, then you know you can supplement your sets. And the dark blue that I was talking about, I haven't found a darker blue than this. So the darkest blue that I've found is dark indigo 639 in the luminance, and you'll see how dark it is. I mean, that's almost black. It's like dark indigo 639. I've not found a darker blue than that. But if you want a lighter blue, the Indanthrone blue is there. But yeah, if I want a really dark blue to set things off, I go for that one. And then I think that might be it for this set. I think so. Yep, I think that might be it. There might be a dark, do I have a dark red? For the dark red, I usually go for, or was it in the other set? Was it in the, yeah, in the Derwent Lightfast, this is a lovely sort of dark red, reddy brown, I suppose, almost. So the chestnut's quite good if you want a really dark red. Let me just show you that. There it is. I still count that as, I would still use that for shading if I had, you know, if I wanted a really dark red, I'd use the chestnut. So yeah, those are my favourite in the luminance and the Lightfast. I go to them primarily for the darks, the blues, dark greens, dark browns, dark reds, and I really like them for the Derwent Lightfast for the lichen greens. I think that's it really, if I remember. I'm not sure, do they have a really dark purple? There is this one, which is 135, the Bleu de Nîmes, but I'm sure there's another one. Maybe I should have written all this down first, but clearly I was not organised enough. The Derwent Lightfast is still quite good for dark purple. You've got the Blue Violet 34, which is, and the Nightshade. I suppose the Nightshade I like the best as a dark purple. Yeah, compared to the Blue Violet maybe, but they are two different shades. So yes, those are them two sets. Okay, so next on my list is Polychromos. Now I go to my Polychromos primarily if I want shades of brown. So if I'm doing like a brown fence, or I don't know, brown tree trunks or something, I would go to them. Now I have taken some of these out, I'm afraid, but I will show you them. I mean, you can see here that I've purchased some open stock here because my other ones are getting very short. I use my poly browns quite a lot, and they are really versatile because they work on many different colouring pages very well. It's very rare that I find. I don't like them on Amazon print paper too much, but apart from that, they're good to go. So primarily for browns and ochres and, you know, earth tones, I really like my Polychromos all the way. If we're talking from probably up here, I suppose even your 187 there, or even starting from 188 sanguine all the way to this walnut brown, I'd say 177, because it's such a lovely range, and you have got a really nice dark brown there, walnut brown, and the dark sepia as well is really dark. So those for the darks, but look at all the lovely ochre shades. So I primarily go to my Polychromos for my browns and ochres, and I generally use my Polychromos set for when I want to build colour up, and when I want to have more tonal values. I don't know if that makes sense, but so it's not so opaque, because it's got that sort of transparent type of quality if you don't press down too hard, which it is a harder pencil, so that would hurt your hand, I guess. But yeah, this is my Polychromos and my sets for my ochres. I mean, the selection of greens I love as well. So when I want a really nice selection of greens, I love these. And one of my few of my favourite greens are the chromium green opaque. Let's show you that one. Chromium green opaque. Earth green is another favourite. So I buy these open stock because I do run out of them. They don't take that, you know, they don't like run out quickly, but I like to have spares. So earth green, chromium green opaque, and I quite like the earth green yellowish as well. They're beautiful greens, but the range itself is really nice. So yeah, those are what I go to my polys for. Next on my list are the Prismas. Right now, the Prismas, primarily, if I want greys, I mean, obviously they're gorgeous pencils, but I do like my Polychromos more, I'm sorry, but I do. But I still love my Prismas, don't get me wrong, but for me, polys have the edge. So Prismas, I go to the selection of greys. I think they've got the best selection of greys. You've got your French greys, you've got your cool greys, sorry, here, and your warm greys here. So I think they're brilliant. If you want a big selection of greys, then Prismas are one of the ones. I mean, polys are good, but not as good when it comes to the selection of greys as Prismas, I think. Holbein are similar to the polys in terms of the greys they offer as well, but the Prismas grey, I think, is a greatest selection. And the other thing I go to my Prismas for is, of course, as we all know, the white is very opaque, very beautiful, and really nice to use. And the black is very opaque as well, so really good to use. So that's what I primarily go to my Prismas for. I think the range of purples in the Prismas is brilliant as well. But I have to say, primarily, it's the greys that I'm the most noteworthy for me. I better put these Prismas down properly, because if I don't, they won't be happy with me. And then next we have Holbeins. I wonder if anybody's actually still watching this video, because I'm thinking, is this actually a useful video or not? But I really hope that some people watch it, and be a little bit upset if they don't, because I don't know. I'm just sharing my experiences, and I thought this might be useful. So what do I go to my Holbeins for? I think they're particularly great for the pinks. I mean, the range of pinks. Let me find my swatch book. Right, the range of pinks. You've got your pinks, some pinks there, and then if you go further on, there's sort of some pinks here as well and there as well. So I think the range of pinks is absolutely brilliant in the Holbeins. So we've got some really pale pinks, some darker pinks as well. Not there, sorry, that's going into the reds. Some darker pinks. And of course, the other thing I go to my Holbeins for are the pastel shades, because of course they have beautiful pastel shades as well. So I actually I bought the 50 pastel set years and years and years ago, and then I bought the 100 set, I think. Did I buy the 100 set? And then I bought some open stock. So I have a few pastels that I keep as a selection to take on holiday with me, because their pastel shades are great. But I have to mention that the Brut Funa, I think they're called the Brut Funa Macrons, aren't they? These ones, they to me are pretty much dupes for the the dupes for the Holbeins. So for a more economical, budget friendly, I would go for these, because I have these on my desk, because rather than just getting just an easy access to some pastel colours, these Holbeins are just brilliant. I really like using them. I think they're brilliant. They're not as soft, I don't think, as the Holbeins in my view, but they are well worth buying if you want some pastels. So yes, pastel shades and pinks is what I go to my Holbeins for. You can see some there. We've got the Wisteria, sorry, not the Wisteria, the Rose Pink 429, 434 Mauve, 436 Fuchsia, can't say the word, 437 Cosmo, and then we've got some here, Carmine, Rose, Carnation, Salmon Pink, Coral Pink, Shell Pink and Cherry Blossom. A really, really light shell pink, and then you've got the really dark pinks here as well. So yeah, absolutely brilliant for that. Okay, how are we doing for time? Not too bad, actually, not too bad. And then, oh yes, one thing, sorry, Holbeins, come back. The other thing I really like my Holbein for, I have to say, is these two whites. They're brilliant. They are absolutely brilliant. I would say they're just as good as the Prisma whites. The soft white is stunning, which is OP501. And then if you want a slightly harder version, because this does crumble quite a lot, the soft white. So I find that the white itself, which is the 500 one, is just as good. Very opaque, really lovely to use for highlights. Okay, next, Chroma Flows. This is my last pretty much few open stock pencils. So in here, I would say the pencils I like the most are, well, two things actually. There's these colours here, which are some of my favourite. We've got the Rose Quartz, that's this one here, 2161. Well, it's like a lilac-y grey, and then the Lavender Ash is like a lavender grey type colour, which I haven't really seen in many sets. We've got Red Storm, 2150 and Almond Frost. So I'm going to show you those in my swatch book. I hope I've got them. So starting from 2145, I think these are quite unique colours. Almond Frost, Red Storm, Lavender Ash and Rose Quartz. I find those as beautiful sort of greyish tones that you don't find in many other sets that I think are quite unique. And then the other thing I really like about my Chroma Flow set, by the way, they work brilliantly on creative, is it not creative even, sorry, colouring heaven paper. They work so nice, because I've been using them on the tinies on shelves and they're my favourite. And I do quite like the Woomer pencils actually on that as well, on the colouring heaven paper, as well as the Ohuhu pencils. But anyway, back to these open stock ones. The green selection is great in the Chroma Flows. I really like the fact that we've got like these olivey greys, and then we've got the more grass green types of greys as well. And also particularly like this dark purple. think that's a very, very dark purple. There are a few really nice dark colours. Look, we've got a dusky purple there. We've got a deep sea. So there are a few really nice dark colours in the Chroma floor as well. Licorice is quite dark as well. Licorice 2004 if you want a really dark brown. And this deep sea 1320. And the dark purple 1105 and dusky purple 0935. So I think the darks are really nice if you want your colouring to really pop, as in I suppose give you that contrast. Then you should have a few really dark shades. So yeah, Chroma floors are there for a few dark tones, and then those 4 pencils there in the greyish tones that I really like. Okay, that's the open stock pencils, and now for a couple of sets really. So one of the sets, of course, that I've mentioned already are the Brute Funas Macron pastels, which I think are really affordable, budget-friendly pencils, which are really good because you need some really light colours as well. So I'd recommend them. And then the other ones are, I have my Poscas in here because I really like using them, but there's only 36. The Derwent Drawing, which we in the colouring community really love these, and these are gorgeous. I mean, if you want really earthy tones, unique earthy tones, then I would get this set if you can. They're brilliant for browns and those ochre shades, and you don't find many colours like these, like smoke blue, pale cedar, crag green, ink blue. So that as a set I would highly recommend as a supplementary set, as well as the Brute Funa Macron. Oh, careful. Right, okay, so that's that. And then the other 2 sets, and I know their lay down isn't as nice, so don't get me wrong about that. But what I like these pencils for are the shades, and I can sort of overlook how they lay down on certain papers. They don't lay down as well as I'd want, in my personal opinion, but the shades are stunning. So this is the gosh, I know the name. Harmonious. There we go. Right, so let me just show you that. So the 72 Harmonious pencils. I mean, you're not going to find these shades of colours, are you really, in many other sets? That's why I call them supplementary. So I think they supplement your colouring using your main sets very well, and they extend your sets. So I think these are brilliant in terms of what they offer. Like I said, they could be better in terms of lay down, but I can overlook that. And then these also, so they're the Castle Arts, by the way, Castle Arts Harmonious. And then the other Castle Arts that I really like to extend my repertoire for what I can use for pencil colouring are the Castle Arts Metallics. I do like them. I do have the pastel Castle Arts, but I don't like them as much as I like the Brute Funas, so I saw they're in a pencil case that I don't use too often. But these metallic ones I do really like. And there's some shades in here, although they're not very metallic. I mean, they've got a little sheen on them, but that's not what I really used them for. I use pens for metallics really, or paints. These are just there for the shades. I think the shades are quite unique, so you can add something different to your pages. So Castle Arts Metallics, I think, and the Harmonious sets are great to extend, to supplement your main sets. I need to do a little swatch there, as you can see. And that's it, guys. That's all I have for you. I really hope that you found this short video useful and you took something away from it. I just wanted to share some useful open stock pencils and supplementary sets that I think would really extend your sets that you've already got, and yeah, make you enjoy your colouring even more, I suppose. So until next time, guys, take care, happy colouring, bye.